Hello, everyone, and Jordan appealed to everyone. If you wanted a superstar that wasn't afraid to talk to the cameras, you had your guy. If you wanted to watch someone destroy every single person they'd ever played against, you're all set up. And don't get me wrong, Larry Bird had that killer instinct in him too. They were both built off of competitiveness that could have only been satisfied by hoisting championships. But we've all seen The Last Dance. MJ made things personal. And because of that, he brought things to a whole other level. The '86 matchup between Boston and Chicago ended in a sweep, and the Celtics continued their run all the way to another ring for Bird. In his career, he'd finish with 3 championships altogether, but the next one wouldn't come in 1987. Larry would finally be matched up against his career rival, Magic Johnson, and fall to the point guard. But again, in order to get to those finals, he had to go through MJ. It's back-to-back years of a first-round matchup between Larry and Michael. Boston was the number 1 seed and Chicago the 8th, and it's the same story as the year previous. The Celtics are a crazy deep team that knows how to win. The Bulls are young and still trying to find the right pieces to fit around their superstar. The sweep this year for Bird against Jordan would be the final time the two met in the playoffs. And do you want to hear their averages against each other in both series? It's honestly pretty nuts. In the 6 games, Larry would average 27 points, 9 rebounds, and just under 9 assists. He was knocking on the door for averaging a 27-point triple-double in the 80s. MJ, on the other hand, would average a ridiculous 40 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Just a little reminder, this is a 22, 23-year-old guard. No wonder Larry described him as God undercover. As Bird began falling to injury, Jordan began to take flight. I'm sure many of you know the story of Larry's final injury that made him retire. It was back problems, but you want to hear why these back problems started? The dude was back in Indiana building a gravel driveway for his mom. The millionaire superstar was doing this by himself to help his mom out. Larry respects an honest day's work like no other. But even before that, the aging forward was already starting to have injury problems. So surely the last thing Boston wanted was their franchise guy going and shoveling gravel all day. Eventually, though, the pain was was too much, and he retired in 1992. Bird retired during MJ's first three-peat win. MJ would match Larry's championship career total in a mere 3 seasons. As we all know, Jordan would pull off yet another three-peat and get 6 rings altogether. He was awarded 5 regular season MVPs, compared to Bird's 3. Jordan was putting up a resume closer to Larry's counterpart, Magic Johnson, rather than Larry himself. It's almost like an aging Bird got to see a new up-and-coming Magic, until eventually becoming his own superhero. So how have both of these guys been doing since retiring? Well, Larry actually tried his hand at coaching in the league. He coached the Indiana Pacers from 1997 to 2000, and it actually went pretty well. Sometimes you hear about the players that try out for coaching, and it's clearly not a fit, but Bird stayed his reserved self and led the team to a finals appearance and Coach of the Year. You can even see him in the 1998 playoffs coaching against the Chicago Bulls with MJ. Although the Bulls won the series, Bird helped push it to Game 7. But Larry said he'd only coach for 3 years, so in his 3rd year, he retired. Add another 3 years of retirement, and Bird was back as the president of basketball operations in Indiana. He became the only player ever. If you have 2 superstars you would like to see in this series together, drop the names down in the comments below and we'll add them to the list. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.